my channel. This is Sayani from GlamliciousIndia. Hope all of you are doing great. I'm sorry I could not film a video for some time now, but today I'm back to share with you an interesting dupe video. So as we all are aware that Jeffree is coming out with his own palette, very new palette, which is the Androgyny Palette, and a lot of us are already excited. I know, because from the swatches, from his video, it's very evident that the mattes are very vibrant and it's creamy and it's not powdery and chalky, so we are expecting a lot from the palette. Well, for me, I was also expecting a lot from the palette, and if you know me little by now, I am a cosmetic freak and I tend to buy like anything which is coming up next. Not that I buy everything, but yes, I try and tend to buy a lot. So even I was expecting a lot from the Androgyny Palette, but no offense to anyone, I was not very surprised with the colors. Like, I know there are a ton of palettes already in the market and there are repetitive colors like everywhere, but somehow this palette, I was expecting a little more out of it. So I thought that I should skip on it. I'm still dicey on it. I would not comment it right away. But from the swatches, from the video that he's already shared, from the Manny Mua's video which he shared where he showed a look. So I'm going to share with you a dupe video of the Jeffree Androgyny Palette, where I'm going to show you what palettes I already own and why I do not want to buy the palette. So if you're interested to know what the dupe of the Androgyny Palette is, keep on watching. I'm not talking about any drugstore makeup items. I'm trying to compare it with none other than Morphe Brushes palette. So we all know Morphe brushes come at a reasonable price, like 35 colors, and the price range, if you compare, it's really reasonable, really cheap. So I'm going to show you a dupe of that palette using one of my very own Morphe palettes. So here it is. It is the Morphe 35C palette, which is a 35 colorful palette. So here is how the palette looks like. You can see the different colors here. It has so many beautiful hues to it. So coming to the Jeffree palette, we can see that the first row has all the neutrals and warm colors. Neutrals and warms are like everywhere. I'm pretty sure that the first row is nothing convincing, because if you are a makeup freak like me, you own like at least 5 palettes which have those warm colors. Like I have 35T, I have 35O, so I already have a lot of warm palettes from Morphe only. Also I have the Violet Verse palette, I have the Anastasia palette. So the first 5 colors in that row are so very normal and basic. So I'm trying to compare the first 5 shades. So the first shade is called Frosting. It's a beautiful light gold color. It's not a very stark gold color, but it's a light gold color. Since it's a glittery shade, and the palette I was referring to was not a shimmery shade palette, it's the matte collection from Morphe. So for the first color, which is Frosting, I would like to compare it with the shade PP11 from PAC Cosmetics. This is also a very pretty light gold color. This is one of the colors I have from their collection, and I shall swatch it for you. If you can see. Coming to the remaining 4 shades of the first row, they are called Safe Word, Charm, Deja Vu and Dominatrix. So the first 2 shades, that is Safe Word and Charm, these are two matte shades. Now I do not have the exact dupe, but if you can lightly use this color from the palette, which is the 4th in the second row from the left, this color is very close to the second color, which is Safe Word. The third color, which is again called Charm, if you are mixing this color right here, this is the second color from the second row right. This color is very close to the color Charm, and if you mix your brush in this and this together, Charm it is. So that's about Charm. The fourth color Deja Vu is like a bronze type of a shimmery shade, which is also very common. If you have this palette from Juvia's Place, I already have this palette from Juvia's Place. Now the third color, which is the bronze color, is very close to this color, which is YAA. I'm going to give you a swatch. This is like tremendously pigmented. Like one, not even a swatch can give you like, look at that color. I'm dying already. So this is the fourth color in the row. So if you have this palette, I had this palette handy, so I wanted to show this shade. Not that I have this only in this palette. If you have the 35O palette from Morphe, you also get this shade. And the fifth color in that row is a dark chocolate brown. This is if you have Cocoa Bear from Makeup Peak, which is also very close. But since I'm sticking to this palette as the main dupe of the Jeffree Star palette, then this color right here, this color and this color, if you mix together, would give you the exact brown which is there in that palette. This is a normal brown color. Coming to the next row, the next row has even more colorful shades. The first shade is Androgyny. Androgyny, you know from the lipstick he already has in his line. It's like a taupe purple with more grey tones, I feel. I cannot say that this is an exact shade, but it's quite similar because you cannot find out difference when you put it on the lids. This is this color. This is the fourth row, third color from the left. This color is very close to Androgyny. The next color is a proper wine type of a cranberry shade, which is like so popular now. If you have the Anastasia Beverly Hills palette, if you have the Huda Beauty palette, if you do not have even any of them, this Androgyny and this is a little bit of red with pink undertones. If you mix both of them together, you can get a wine shade, which I'll show you how I blend on my eyes. I'm going to show you a demo. And then comes those military greens. So you can see a shade of greens right here. This shade, like if you are talking about that military green, this is the third shade, which is a very cute light green color. The shade is called military. So I would say if you can mix this color and this color a little bit together, it would give you the perfect military shade which is there in the palette. The next color, which is Poison, that's again a green and a blue mixed together. So this color right here is just the exact dupe of Poison. Third row, second shadow, very close to Poison. The last shade is a vibrant blue. Now this is the only blue in the palette. This is like a little light, but if you want to have a darker blue color, you can have that in multiple palettes. I again have it in my Juvia's palette, though the one there is matte and the one here is a little shimmery with satin finish, but I think the pigmentation here is bang on and I can just skip on a matte blue, you know. This blue would just do the job for me. So that's about the dupe from the palette. Now if you want to see a look which I'm going to create with these colors, I'm going to recreate the look which Manny Mua created from Jeffree Star's palette. If you're interested to know how I get that look, keep on watching.
So my eyelids are primed. I'm going to start off with the first color. I'm going to use the second shade in the Androgyny palette, like the dupe of the second shade, and just lightly dust it as my transition shade. And then I'm going to take the darker brown shade, which is the fifth of the first row from the Androgyny palette. So I'm just lightly again creating a transition using the second color and the fifth color from the first row from my Morphe palette. And then I'm going to use the dupe of the shade Androgyny and slightly intensify the outer crease. So, and then I'm going to take the dupe of the color Poison and put it all over my lids like so, not over my crease but just on the lids. And then I'm going to go back to the dupe of the shade Androgyny and just put it above the crease below my lower waterline to just give a smoky effect. And then I'm going to use the shade from PAC Cosmetics, which is PP11, which is the dupe of the first gold shade, to just highlight my brow bone and just blend everything together. Then I'm going to take again the dupe of the shade Androgyny, and intensify the crease a little bit to match it with the look which Manny Mua created. And that's it. I will be back with my lashes and highlight and liner, and this is the finished look, guys. Hope you all loved it. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. See you soon. Bye.